All right. Um. Okay. What's happening? Been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. You know what I'm saying? Been a long time here through recovery, physical recovery, and all of that. And getting life situations and everything else back together. I am back like I never left. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on here is we're gonna be doing some heavy funkin'. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed, man. It's just that there was a small pause in the funk for a bit because I had to, get my shit together. You know. And what we're gonna be doing here today is, of course, Funkin' in the AM. Whereas, you know, you doing simple improvisational shit on the spot. You know what I mean? Um, so what I'm gonna do here is, as I always do, what you want to do is you want to go for all my Mac users, Apple users, right? You go right here to this icon, and it says Garage Band. You click on that, and it'll bring you to this template right here. Okay, we're at a new project. So then what you want to do is you can either say choose or you can double click on this project, empty project button. For the sake of switching shit up, I'm gonna hit choose. And what we want to do is we want to go off into some MIDI joints, right? So I could double click this icon here, or I could choose to hit create. For the sake of switching shit up, we're gonna hit create, you know. And so now we're here at the very first track, and it's always defaulted at classic electric piano. And what I like to do is always prepare myself with enough tracks so that my continuity is not disturbed by having to implement other, new tracks. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to this plus button. You see how it says add tracks? You just click that and you go to MIDI. And what you do is you just keep on going on and on. I like to at least arm myself with at least 10 to 12 minimum. You know what I mean? So I could just go ahead and move on to the next track. Um, I'm gonna tell you, man, try not to ever get fucking injured. You know what I mean? Because that short term disability payment shit is whack as fuck. It leave you with enough money to go fill your gas tank up, go to the gas station and buy some uh chips and a pop and leave with jingles in your pocket, man. That shit is horrible. For real, for real. So with all due blessings and well beings and what have you, try to stay cool, man, and take care of your health and shit like that. You know what I mean? Don't, and then whatever you do, don't go without insurance. Because that'll really do a number on your finances and so forth. But here we are. So now we're at this first track here at the bottom. You see how it's highlighted. We're going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 tracks, which is perfect because now I can just go ahead and move forward. Now, the method to my madness usually is that I'll start off with the drum kit. So I'm gonna go back again so you can see that. You go to it. You can go to drum kit, right? Which these are all like live drum kits from uh drum sounds from actual drums, bass drums, toms and floor toms, hi-hats and what have you. Electronic drum kit, of course, it is from like beat machine kits, digital sounds and so forth. And normally, in the event that I'm funking in the AM as well as in the PM, you dig, I like to go off into different types of kits that I've never really used before because one thing about me, and I'm saying this to everybody out there, you can fuck around and find a kit that you really like, and then you'll find a home there, and then all your shits be sounding the same. You know what I mean? And that's one thing you don't want to do. So let's see what this vintage arcade sounds like. Let me turn this up for y'all so y'all can get off into what I'm doing over here. Also, this does not, what you hear is not what I hear. I'm hearing it a lot louder, more density in the drums. That's right. And I'm not looking for anything in particular. Again, this is the first time that I've been funking around in damn near a month. If not, about a month or more. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and I kind of like that kick. The snare ain't necessarily where I would it's two kicks. Okay. Kind of like those. Let's see. Okay. So now what I'd also like to do to set my track up is to extend it no less than 8 bars, right? So what you want to do is you want to go up here and this right here, this is the cycle range, meaning how long your beat measure is going to be. So you want to highlight this, click on it, and it turns that orangish looking color there, or at least it's orange looking to me. My colors, the scheme is all fucked up. And you grab it on the end and you just drag it, right? So like I say, I like to go 8. You want to drag it to the 9 because then that gives you a full cycle range of 8 bars. And if you need to like zoom in on this particular view, because as you can see, this just gives you, on the markers here, it gives you the odd number of the cycle range. So this here, you want to stretch that out and bring it, kind of like that there. And that'll zoom in to where you can see every number. So that's 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bar, 5, 6, 7, 8. And when it gets to 9, it'll circle right back around. Now, in order for you to make sure that your looping is on, you see this right here? This is your cycle button, AKA the loop. So if you don't want it to cycle, you turn it off. And you see how it unhighlighted, the hookup right there. But when you turn it on, the cycle range is highlighted and you're ready to go for your bars. Okay? Metronome is on, right? Metronoming is important because you want to make sure that your beat is pretty continuously accurate with, staying on beat and on the same tempo throughout the whole cycle range. So I felt like I'm doing too much talking and not enough funking. So let's get down. Oh, also your tempo. All right, your tempo right here is very important because it's about how fast or slow you want the track to go. So today, this morning, I'm kind of feeling like uh I'm a 90s kind of guy, 90. Let's say feel like about a 94 today. Okay, so I don't know what I'm gonna do either, so I'm just fucking off and we're gonna see what's happening with this shit. And that's cool, but let me try something else. Again, this is all spontaneous funkin' right now that we going through here. Okay? Okay. I ain't feeling that either. Let me one more again. Come on. Damn, hold on, y'all. I had to move my phone because you can hear the radiation and shit coming through this motherfucker. So, whoa, whoa, whoa. God damn it! Hold on. Okay. Now that I got the basic foundation laid, because it ain't gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a whole lot with this one, particularly. It might be, but then again, it may not be. So let's see. I'm gonna fatten it up. Let's go back to the Uptown Flow. Now I'm going to copy this track, and then I'm gonna go to the second track here. Nah, I'm gonna just show you something real quick. I'm gonna point this out. Now you see where the indicator is, right? When I go here and I paste it, it's gonna go exactly where the indicator is. Boom, right? Don't freak out. You're like, oh shit, it ain't in the right place. All you need to do is simply click once on the top and hold it and drag it to 1. All right. So now I'm gonna mute this because I want you to hear the difference in the sound. Okay, let me turn this metronome off. Now I'm gonna give you the double. Now you see the difference in the sound? Nice and thick and dense and strong. You know what I mean? Okay. So let's go next because we don't want to. What I don't do is concentrate too long on what I've done previously. I'm just moving forward and forward and forward. Just keep it going. So. Let's turn that metronome back on. We can get it. Oops. Here we go. Okay. Now, you hear that slight bit of, it was slightly off, right? And I'm going to show it to you. Right in here. Now, what I'm going to do is, and this is just because normally I just play it over, but I'm showing y'all tricks of the trade here. All right, so we want to, I was slightly ahead. So I'm going to draw that back, and then that part right there is slightly ahead. So I'm going to drink that back. Now, listen to it now. And let's do this one too. Yeah, you see how the difference is? It's more on point with the bar. Let's move forward. Let's see if we can find some. Now, okay, bass, right? Bass line, bass, whatever you want to say, bass wave, bass line. When you go to this particular part of the menu, if you want like a more synthesizer-y keyboard bass, you want to go to synthesizer, you go into bass, and then it gives you all of the keyboard bass sounds. You know what I mean? All right. Or you can go back and you can go to bass, and it gives you these different bass guitar sounds. All right. So that's the finger pull. That's the finger style bass. Real kind of dope sound, right? Liverpool. Heavier. Okay, heavy. Muted. All right. Picked. More snappy sounding. Solid soul electric bass. Kind of a mixture of that middle ground between the muted and the picked. Stinger bass. This also has a little bit of snappiness to it, like it's almost a picked sound, and you can hear the brightness in it, and an upright. Notice that, right? Peep that. Now it's flat. Now peep this. I could put the vibrato in it. Vibrato, flat. Okay? Fucking up. Damn, thinking too much. Fucking up, bro. Fucking up. Okay. God damn it. Now check this out, right? Again, normally I play it over because I'm a big fan of human feel. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is this. I'm here to show you it's easy to just continue to play it over and over, right? To get the feel that you want. But then the shortcut way is an option called quantizing, right? Now, what quantizing does is it allows you to take the instrument that you played and straighten it out and align it more with the tempo of the track. Okay? So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this track here, I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to right-click, go to quantize. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how it sounds at a 16th note. Let's see what that do. Matter of fact, let me undo that. And I'm going to zoom in on this just so that you can see the manipulation factor of the track that I just played, right? You see each one of these lines is me playing the bass, the upright bass. So, again, you want to highlight it by clicking it once with the left. And then you go right-click it. And then you go quantize. And then we're going to go to a 16th. And see how that manipulates the sound. But again, I'm going to undo it. Now, pay attention to how these lines look. Okay? Pay attention to it. And you're going to notice, you see that little shift? That little change? Let's do it again. Whoa, it didn't quantize. So let's do it again. I'm gonna do it down here so that way y'all can look in this area and have a better view of it. So it's already highlighted. Right click. Let's go to 16th. Now you see how the notes moved? Now they're more on point with each, measurement of the cycle or the bars, right? So now let's listen to it. Only thing about it is it's a little too stiff for my liking. Because again, I'm a fan of human rhythm. And I like a little slack, a little flirtation with the timing of the tempo. All right. So we know that at a 16th, it was a little too stiff. So what I'm going into is the swing presets. And we're going to rock it at a 16th. So now let's listen to it at 1/16 swing option A. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, we getting there, we getting there. Oh, also I see an imperfection in the drums, right? After the fourth bar, when it goes into the the fifth, you see these, see that? That's that first kick. I'm gonna slide that up a little bit just to be right on point with onto the 5 instead of that little bit of lag. Okay, so now let's listen to it and see what we got. I'm gonna just mute all the other instruments and see what we talking about. Much better. Much better. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what it sounds like now. Yeah. Now we on point. Okay, now check this out here. Let's go back to this bass because we getting there. We getting there. All right, we getting there. I'm gonna turn that off. Wait, hold on. Let's undo the parameter change. Okay, my bad. Let's do this. We gonna already put it back on, so I'm gonna take that off. And let's go to damn, it's kind of dusty up in this motherfucker. We're going to the swing presets, and let's go to swing 1/16 swing B. And let's see how it sounds. Okay, we getting there. Let's undo that one. Because you don't want to quantize on top of quantizing, on top of quantizing, because then the shit be all fucked up, right? So what you want to do is let's quantize it again. Let's go to swing preset 1/16 swing C. Because usually the further down the menu you go, at least in my experiences, you get closer to that exact sound that you're looking for. So, I believe that might be it. Okay, let's undo that. And let's do this again. Let's go down to D this time. All right. I believe we may have found it with C. Sounds pretty good, but I believe we may have done it or found it with D. I mean with C. But shits and giggles style, let's go ahead and let's do it let's go for E and see how that sounds. And then after that we got one more in the 16th range. Okay, let's undo that one. And then let's go to the very last one, which is where we at? That was at E. Okay, let's go to F and see how it sounds. I believe we found it with C though, but yeah. Okay, we're going to undo that. Let's go back to C. I believe we found it there. We found the home with C. Also, I think with this, that's pretty dope, I think. Let's try to. It's more run together, which is kind of what I would like to hear, but from an upright sound, you know what I mean? Solid soul electric bass. It's real mid-rangey. That's too harsh. That's the picked bass. Let's try this. Okay. The muted bass. Interesting. I like that. I think we found the home with the muted bass, but let's. Too loud. Let's try the finger style. We found our home with the muted. Let's try to. Word up. Hey. Let's go. Amazing what the little bit of EQ it can do, you know what I mean? To manipulate the sound. Okay. Let's turn the metronome off and see where we at. Nice. Let's try some synth bass behind that. I'm tripping. Let's not go in any leads right now. Let's switch it up and try to do some regular piano shit or something. I don't know. Let's try the Grand Steinway. Let's see. See how long we've been funking. Damn near an hour. Yeah, this is just basically me cracking my knuckles and spraying a WD-40 to get the rust off and shit, you know what I'm saying? Again, this is spontaneity, on the spot improv, you know what I mean? For the sake of funking out in this motherfucker, you dig? So that's where we at with it. Just a couple of tricks of the trade and all of that. Dummy track type shit. Dummy jazz, fuck it, right? Not a bad sounding track, but not nothing that this is definitely one of those go back to it later type joints, you know what I'm saying? Just because, like I say, I haven't been down here in the lab in a minute. And this is just a little something to, you know, pretty much on some tutorial shit, show you what's popping in terms of the tricks of the trades and the little, you know, quantizings and what have yous and whatnots, you know. Just something to keep the, like a nice stretch, warm up before you actually get ready to get down. You know what I mean? So that being said,